Hi, my name is Ariel, and let's talk about Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw.
Badoop.
I really hope I said her last name right, but either way, here's a brief synopsis. So we follow this band of friends, and our main character is Kat. She just got out of, I think, basically a hospital for her mental health, and she was just thrust into this world of her friends, which she doesn't seem to be very close with anymore. They've traveled to Japan from where I'm not sure, and there's a wedding going on, yay! But all these people that are involved in this friend group seem to have issues with each other and attractions to each other, and some of them have issues and are attracted with one or two people, and it's honestly a mess. So they are in Japan in this giant mansion for this wedding because the bride, I believe her name is Talia, wants to get married in a haunted house. I realize that's a thing for some people. I mean, cool, but I wouldn't want to stay in the night. I wouldn't want to stay the night before. I don't know. The story goes of the haunting is that this bride who lived in the house was super excited to get married, and her fiance meets his untimely end on the way to the wedding. Well, she's so distraught, she's like, I'm gonna wait for him anyway. Y'all can bury me alive in the house. And they were like, okay, sure, we'll bury you alive in the house. But the town of wherever they are is like, well, we'll just bury another young woman in the walls and in everywhere in the house once a year, just so, she gets somebody's there to keep her company. And that's the whole premise of what you think the book is going to be about. And that's not quite what the book is about. It's a very small detail. And that is all I can really say without completely spoiling it for you, because as you can see, it is ridiculously small. So if you watched my videos before, you know that I like to do my pros and cons, and I always start with a con so we can end on a good note. I have several cons. So if you look at the cover, it is gorgeous, right? It's beautiful. It's kind of haunting. If you like Japanese horror or like Japan, anything to do with horror in Japan sectors, you know that this, that stuff can be really, really terrifying. And that's what I was expecting from this. And I didn't get that. So my first con, which is kind of my main con, is that I thought that this was going to be a very long, deep, involved story. And it is so brief. I'm not even sure. I started it and put it down, and then when I picked it back up, I flew through it, and I was like, that's it? That's the book. So that's my first con, is that it's too short. My second con is that I'm a very character slash plot I'm a very character slash plot driven reader, and you don't really get any of that. There's so much potential for the plot of this to go even further, even deeper, but there's also a lot of potential for you not only to find out more about each character. There is roughly I think 6 or 7 people. I want to say 6. No, 5. Whatever. People in this book which you could have gone deep into, you could have learned them, you could have gotten to know them better, but it's so brief that I didn't give a crap about anyone in this book. Not even Kat. And Kat is one of those characters that's unlikable but likable. I feel like she would be someone I would be friends with, but also kind of wary of at the same time. Another really big con I have is some of the writing. So it starts off, and I was actually really blown away by the writing. But there are certain aspects in this that, just the way it was written. So a sentence would start off, the sentence would be a character saying, wow, that was metal. I think that's exactly what the sentence was. But it was like, wow. And then it would say something like, she grabbed his arm in a way to say that he's mine. And then that was metal. So there's a break in the sentence that's, it's like one sentence. If there's a break to tell you her physical body movements, and then the end of the sentence. So it's like one word, body movements, end of the sentence. And that really bothered me because I kept having to go back. It happened several times. I kept having to go back and be like, wait, what? It didn't say Talia said, or Kat said, or Philip said, and then body movements. It was just, I didn't like that. That was really, really, really annoying. Pros. Okay, so for all of the bad, there is some good. So the whole point of the book, not the whole point of the book, but the parts of the book that are supposed to be scary is that there are these ghosts, right? And the spirit, the main spirit, which I'm assuming that's who this is of the bride that was originally buried. And there's a point where that gets really creepy and everybody's drunk. I know that that's a little bit of a spoiler and I'm sorry. But it's one of those things that it could have been happening, but they all could have been drunk at the same time. But then you realize, oh no, it's actually happening. That was a thumbs up for me. The attraction between random characters that also kind of hate each other, but also kind of love each other, that was really cool. And I feel like that could have been explored more, like I said earlier. The ending was cool in a sense, and I'm about to actually add you another con here because I totally forgot about that. The ending was cool in a sense that there was just like this big climactic, like, oh crap, this is happening moment. But then at the very end, which this is a complete con, I'm going backwards, it was all just nicely wrapped up, and she was like, well, after all that, I guess I'll get my life together. What? Why? Like, that was, I don't know. So I gave this 3 stars, and for me, that means I liked it. I didn't love it. I wouldn't read it again. Would I recommend it to someone? Yes. If you're looking for something quick, something that has some jump scares, sure. Great. Read it. But if you're looking for something that's going to make you feel like you're there, make you feel at least creeped out 50% of the time, and I'm just saying that at very least, this is not for you. I wouldn't read this again, and I've heard that she's actually got a few other novellas, which I'm not saying I wouldn't give her another try, but like, this is done for me. I'm probably going to sell this or give it away or something. So I really hope you guys have a good day, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a badoop, because I like badoopings. Alright, bye!